Lightning friggin' McQueen. What could be said about this guy that hasn't been said already? He's had a great character arc across the first movie. He had a nice arc going for him in the second movie. And his role in the third movie was understandable for someone like him. I really liked his role in Cars on the Road. He's definitely the best character to come from the Cars franchise in my opinion. But he's not my favorite Disney character. That honor will be coming very soon. But let's just say that he's in my top 3 when it comes to Disney characters. And today, we're digging real deep into what makes him so great. After seeing Tug's video on the Cars movies and Cars on the Road, what better time is any to cover something Cars related, huh? So get ready for a real ride as we dig into the number 95 Racing Star. During research for the first film, John Lasseter and General Motors designers met to discuss the updated Corvette design, which Lightning McQueen and Jay Hicks were originally intended to be based on. However, changes to the plot resulted in both characters being left as generic stock racers. According to production designer Bob Pauly, Lightning's final design used elements from GT40s and Chargers, among many other models, to reflect his personality and role. Originally, Lightning's number was 57, John Lasseter's birth year. Athletic figures such as boxer Muhammad Ali and football quarterback Joe Namath were looked to during development of McQueen's personality, as well as popular musician Kid Rock, in order to create a cocky but likable character. Additionally, Michael Jordan was also looked to by the designers due to his unique style of playing his sport. McQueen's racing number 95 is a reference to the year 1995, when the first Toy Story movie was released. Lightning's last name, McQueen, is also a reference to Glenn McQueen, a supervising animator at Pixar who passed away in 2002. Lightning is kind, positive, courageous, and brave. He enjoys having fun and spending time with his friends, especially Mater. Prior to his arrival in Radiator Springs, Lightning was cocky and self-centered, only caring about 2 things: winning and the pride that comes with it. Though he never cheated like Jake Hicks. He didn't go to a pit stop simply to win the Dynaco 400, which actually ended up in a 3-way tie, which Mac congratulated him with. At the time, Lightning had no friends besides Mac and Harv, leaving him with limited social skills. Regardless, he was still a popular name in the racing world, and was constantly being interviewed by the press and admired by fans, much to his liking. When 2 fangirls drove up to him, they were taken away by security after Lightning simply said, "I love being me." Though the Radiator Springs residents were not very fond of him at first, they later befriended Lightning. McQueen learned why it is important to have good friends. Lightning established Radiator Springs as his home base. The wide publicity sparked interest in the town, which was soon put back on the map. Lightning's primary interest when he is not spending quiet time with his friends is racing. As a famous piston car racer himself, Lightning has a remarkable talent for it and enjoys practicing and competing in road races whenever he is not out on the piston car track. But Lightning still enjoys spending quiet time with his friends, especially Sally Carrera, his love interest. Some of their favorite activities are taking a drive through the beautiful scenery of Tailfin Pass and enjoying dates at the Wilma Motel and other locations in Carburetor County. In terms of McQueen's voice actors, he has quite a few. In fact, he has a total of 3. Owen Wilson for the movies and Cars on the Road, Keith Ferguson for the Cars tunes, some of the Cars video games and Disney Infinity, and Bear Roche for the Cars 3 video game. Why he was casted as the Ferguson, I'll never know. However, we are only going to be counting Wilson and Ferguson, as we are covering the stuff outside of video games. Unless that's Mario, of course. Let's start with Owen Wilson. I love Wilson as an actor. He's been in quite a few good movies, such as Wonder and Marley and Me. God, does anyone even remember that film? However, it's the Cars material where he shines the most. Wilson nails the performance as McQueen. You really tell that he was having an absolute ball behind the mic. To me, Wilson is McQueen in my eyes. He's just that great of an actor. And he is right next to John Hassler as Thomas in terms of the actor being the character. Now on to Keith Ferguson. Keith Ferguson actually does a really solid job as the character. He's like the Jim Hanks of the Cars material. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Get it? See what I did there? Ahead? Because it's Cars? No? Ferguson really knows when to try and replicate Wilson whenever he can. And honestly, it's really hard to tell the difference between Wilson and Ferguson. They both deliver a wonderful performance as McQueen. I know that this is going to be a bit of an interesting pick, but I think McQueen's best moment in the franchise comes from the third movie, particularly in the climax of that movie. In that scene, McQueen forfeits mid-race to give Cruz the chance she always wanted. Becomes her crew chief for the rest of that race. I know the team wanted a few different endings, but I think this is the best ending we could have asked for. McQueen coaching a new racer, the same that Doc did for him. A wonderful circle of life. I also want to give one scene from the first movie a shout out as well. And it's the scene where McQueen gives up the piston cup to save the king after Chick causes him to crash. What a nasty if you ask me. That one moment really hit me in the feels, as it really shows how much McQueen has changed as a character over the course of one movie. As for McQueen's worst moments, well, I don't think there's a single moment where he's unlikable. Sure, he was being unfairly mean at Mater for making him lose because of something that was completely out of his control in Cars 2. And there were a few moments that felt a bit loosey-goosey in Cars on the Road. But aside from those, there isn't a single moment where McQueen is unlikable. So once again, smooth sailing. It's no secret that McQueen has become a favorite of mine since childhood. Sure, he wasn't nearly much part of it like Thomas or Pingu, and he's certainly not as amazing as a certain Disney duo we're gonna get to. But regardless, McQueen is still a great character all around. It's no wonder why I have so many diecast variations of him over these past few years of collecting diecasts. He's a fan favorite. I could definitely see why. With his character arc, his voice actors, his paint schemes he's had across all three movies, it's hard not to love him. And he's certainly up there as one of the greatest Disney characters of all time. And thus ends another episode of the Character Highlight Reel. And I think it's only appropriate that we dive into McQueen's best buddy, Mater, for the next episode. It'll be interesting to take a look at Mater since I haven't really covered him in full on my channel before. So it'll be fun diving into a character I haven't reviewed before. I don't have much to say in terms of upcoming videos. I'll keep you guys updated with the many adventures of Thomas and his friends. If you enjoyed today's episode, leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't want to miss out on all the cool content that goes up on the channel. And I'll see you guys here next time for episode 5. Bye guys.